From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Wednesday, June 24th, 2018. Silver is trading at $17.25 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,351 per ounce. Zencash is trading at $38, and the average price of Bitcoin is $11,386. Antiwar.com reports, in theory, the Leahy Law bans the U.S. government from directly assisting foreign forces that have been found to commit gross human rights violations. In practice, the Secretary of Defense can grant special exemptions for national security reasons, which is tantamount to not even having a law, as the Special Inspector General for Afghan Reconstruction, SIGAR, has issued a new report requested by members of Congress related to reports the Pentagon was keeping U.S. troops from reporting Afghan forces for sexually assaulting children. The report does not paint a pretty picture. Indeed, the SIGAR report says the Defense Secretaries Chuck Hagel and Ash Carter routinely granted exemptions to a number of Afghan units who had already been implicated in gross human rights abuses. Some in Congress are suggesting this requires some modification to the Leahy Law to prevent the mass use of exemptions. Pentagon officials expressed opposition to this, however, saying they believe the law needs to be balanced with America's national security objectives. The SIGAR report did, however, say they were unable to find evidence that the Pentagon explicitly ordered troops not to report Afghan troop abuses, but also weren't trained on how to do so if abuses were observed. You can support FPP Radio by shopping online. Whether you're looking for precious metals, bitcoins, or books, you'll find that and more at shop.fppradio.com. Every purchase you make from one of my affiliates, like Namecheap and Amazon, at shop.fppradio.com helps fund FPP Radio. Or you can shop directly from FPP with Bitcoin in the Bitcoin store. That's shop.fppradio.com. UPI reports the NFL rejected an advertisement submitted by a veterans group for its Super Bowl program featuring the message, "Please stand." American Veterans, or AMVETS, sent a letter to NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell saying the league engaged in corporate censorship by deciding not to run the ad and declining to provide a reason. AMVETS National Commander Marion Polk said freedom of speech works both ways. Since 2016, multiple players throughout the NFL have chosen to sit or kneel during the pregame national anthem in protest of equality issues, including police brutality. The protest began with former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick, who remained seated during the national anthem at a preseason game as a member of the San Francisco 49ers in August 2016. Polk said the NFL's choice not to include AMVET's ad in its Super Bowl program is an issue of fairness and respect. NFL spokesman Brian McCarthy said the ad was rejected because it could be considered a political statement, adding the Super Bowl game program is designed for fans to commemorate and celebrate the game, the players, teams, and the Super Bowl. It's never been a place for advertising what could be considered by some as a political statement. A similar ad, however, by the Veterans of Foreign Wars with the tagline, "We Stand for Veterans," was accepted. For over 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals. Gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. They don't feed the banks. They're Bitcoin preferred and have removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports Democrats said on Tuesday they had withdrawn an offer to fund U.S. President Donald Trump's border wall as tough negotiations over the future of young undocumented immigrants, known as Dreamers, resumed in the Senate. A day after the end of a government shutdown linked to wrangling over immigration, Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer said he pulled the offer because of what he said was Trump's failure to follow through on the outlines of an agreement the two men discussed last Friday. The Congressional Hispanic Caucus expressed fears on Tuesday that Republicans in the House of Representatives would pursue a harsh immigration bill written by the Judiciary Committee chairman. The House measure would allow Dreamers to renew their legal status for 3 years instead of putting them on a pathway to citizenship, and would call for hiring 10,000 more agents at U.S. borders while shutting down some visa programs and taking other steps to find people who are in the country in violation of immigration laws. During the 2016 election campaign, Trump said Mexico would pay the cost of building a wall along the southwest border of the United States. Mexico rejected the idea. As a result, Trump has been forced to ask Congress for U.S. taxpayer funds for the wall. Government estimates are that it would cost $21 billion. This has been FPP Radio News. Online at fppradio.com.